NBA 2K24 has just come out with its new ratings. They haven't rated all the players yet in the game, but they have come out with some of the top player ratings. So I'm just going to read out the ones that have come out so far. Nikola Jokic is ranked number one with the highest rating at 98. LeBron is ranked number two. He's tied with five other players for number two with 96. That's his rating, which is the 96. And the other guys that are tied with him are Joel Embiid, Stephen Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I can never say his last name correctly. Kevin Durant. And so those are guys that are tied with him. And then the guys that are beneath them, Devin Booker at 94, Jimmy Butler at a 95, Tatum at 95, Luka Doncic at 95. So I have to say Jokic definitely got the right rating. I feel he deserves the highest rating in the game since he won the championship this year and he was dominant during the playoffs. Easily the best player from last season. So clearly worthy of that spot. Now, when it comes to LeBron, I feel he should not have been rated this high. Yes, the Lakers got to the conference finals, but I measure his body of work for that whole entire year. On paper, you can say it looks good that he averaged 28.9 points per game on 50% shooting, but I felt a lot of that was stat padding, that he was padding his numbers to get that high scoring average. So that's not to take away from him. He's still pretty impressive at his old age. He's still a legit all-star player. But do I think he's in that elite level as top five player in the league? Absolutely not. Definitely not there. You also have to factor in last year, he only played 55 games. I don't think you deserve the second highest rating on 2K if you can only play 55 games in a season. You missed 37 games. It's a lot of games to miss. So when you factor in durability, I can't give him that type of rating. Also, the Lakers finished with a crappy record last season. I know they went on a deep playoff run. And because of that playoff run, I'm willing to give LeBron an overall rating of a 90. I think he deserves that one. I'll give him that. But a 96? No, he does not deserve the second highest rating in 2K. I felt that they rated him too high. So that's something LeBron gets the privilege of or benefit of due to his legacy, but I don't think as a current player he's worthy of getting ranked that high. I feel Giannis, you can make the argument that he's up there with Jokic, that you could give him a 98. I think that's one that you could argue. Definitely, I could see him being worthy of a 98 because of what he brings on the defensive end. Even though offensively, I don't feel he's as good as Jokic, even though he scores more per game. I think Jokic overall has a bigger impact on the offensive end, but Giannis's impact on the defensive end is so much greater than Jokic. So that's why I would give him a 98 rating, but it is what it is. I feel Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Joel Embiid, they're right where they should be. I think that was actually a very accurate rating of their value currently as players. So I have nothing against that rating. I think that's pretty fair and accurate. I would say Jimmy Butler is interesting, but based off of last year, I would put him at a 96 simply because he was able to get Miami to the finals. You got to give him that. So they were a little bit off at giving him a 95. I think Booker, Tatum, Doncic, those ratings were pretty accurate. So I got nothing against that. Trying to think of who else is going to be interesting to see get a rating on. I'm trying to think of some other players right now on the top of my head that I'm curious to see how high their ratings are. I guess Kawhi Leonard will be interesting because he's been injured so often. How high do you rate this guy? And I don't think he had good numbers last year. If you look at what he produced, let me see what was his numbers last year. 23.8 points per game. Okay. And he played in 52 games. So he played in 52 games last year, and LeBron played in, I believe, 55 games, and LeBron gets a 96. So do you give Kawhi a rating of a 90 at least? I think there's an argument right there since you're going to give LeBron a high rating despite only playing 55 games last season. So that'll be interesting. As a Spurs fan, I'm definitely curious to see how high they rate Victor. That'll be interesting. I'm sure they'll probably give him an 80 something rating just based on his hype. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't have anything else to say about these ratings.